So today we did more side control attacks, this time um, from sort of like a knee pinch. Well, I'll just go through. So if we have side control with our opponent's head to the left side, then they will probably bridge into you. You want to controls, side control, left hand in the collar, thumb in the collar, right elbow on the far hip, right knee on the near hip, left knee inside the near armpit if possible, otherwise just pinning the near arm. Probably bridge. When they bridge, go up onto knee on belly. When you ride the hips with a gooseneck on your right hand, so your right forearm is across the hips with your wrist goosenecking around the far hip. And you just, when they bridge into you, use that frame to push them back down, and then you can pop knee on belly on that. Tim says that you should always, or maybe not always, but like frequently, when they do bridge, you want to switch to knee on belly because you want to punish them for trying to bridge you. So if they know you're going to do that, they probably won't bridge. They won't commit to the bridge. They'll just use bridge. They'll like bridge and then shrimp away to create space. Because they know that if you go, that they're opening themselves up to knee on belly. So you just want to sort of condition them to know that knee on belly is coming with a bridge. Anyway, so they bridge, you go to knee on belly, they frame to push the knee off. Then with your right hand, you scoop the far armpit and you pull up so their far side is off the ground. Then you step over with your left foot. You pull up so their far side's off the ground. Your left hand grips their neck to keep it down while you step over. And your right foot, and this is an important detail, is that your right foot is inside of his armpit. So you want your right foot to be underneath his right arm. So then you step over his head, and now you can use your left hand to post to keep your balance. And then your left knee comes down his back. So at this point, it's kind of the traditional armbar setup. So he will almost definitely grab his left arm or left hand with his right hand to prevent the armbar. So at this point, your right hand can go through his arm circle, grab your own lapel, and you go to the ground. So you don't sit on your butt, you fall onto your left hip. And then you have a lot of control at this point because so anytime he starts to struggle, just go for the hands, and then that'll just make him focus on the grip, and you can continue to do whatever you want to do. So you're on the ground. So now you want your right knee to catch into his right armpit. So you want your right leg to be deep across his body as possible, and then your left quad can be against the back of his neck. So this is a side triangle. So you, at this point, you can use your hands to grab his elbow or forearm to help bring your right leg closer down and just, adjust the positioning. Adjust the positioning. Let's see. Yeah, so you want your right knee, the back of your knee should be in the armpit, and your left leg should be extended underneath. So originally, it will probably be under his back. You kind of want to use so when you're coming around the back, you can use your right knee hook to kind of lift him up, and then you want to and you can use that to position your left leg. So you maneuver him with the right leg, and then you adjust with your left leg so that your left leg, your quad is behind his neck. And then so this is a triangle. You want a triangle with his head and right arm in between your legs. Then you close the triangle, bringing your left leg in front of your right foot. I always get that kind of mixed up, but when you close, it's always, the other foot is always in front of the triangling leg. It's always in front. So you bring forward, and then you close the triangle by squeezing your knees toward each other, not by contracting your legs, but squeezing your knees together. It's actually really powerful. So that's the first move. Well, the first move, I guess, is the armbar, but we didn't really cover the armbar, but the first move is the armbar, second move is the side triangle. For some reason, you can't finish the side triangle. So also when you are closing the triangle, after you have everything in position, you can get a Kimura on his upper arm while you finish the triangle, just to occupy his hands, I guess, and give your hands a place to go. So anyway, if you can't finish the triangle, then use that Kimura control to you unlock your legs, and then use the Kimura control to come up. Then you're kind of in a knee pinch. So from here you can do all the normal knee pinch stuff. So we went over that lapel grip, so like a pistol lapel grip on the side. So once you have that grip, you can take the back. You can you can do a paper cutter. Taking the back, it's important not to sit on your butt, but to lean forward and toward the head. And then bring the leg over. And then you have a lot of leverage to kind of pick them up, lean them off and then roll to the back, kind of. It's kind of instinctive when you are in the position, but it's a little hard to describe. Let's see. Okay, so then the other alternative we went over was when you're in the knee pinch position. Now you can do an elbow Kimura. So normally with the Kimura, you do a shoulder Kimura, so you have the Kimura grip and you bring the arm behind his back and then above his shoulder, and he taps. And then the elbow Kimura is you want to strain his arm out and kind of rotate it. So I think rotate it so the palm is up. Yes. And then you use the grip to push or to pull use the lower grip, your lower hand on the grip to pull up on the elbow while holding the top down. I think. Anyway, you want to bend the elbow the wrong way, fundamentally. So that is that. I had trouble. I did it like 4 or 5 times. I didn't hit it to the last one. I think one problem was that I was kind of focusing on getting it to the ground. And I'm not sure. And then the time it worked, I was just focusing on the elbow, and I was like, what do I need to do to make it go backwards, or to put pressure in the backwards direction? And that's the only thing I kind of thought about, and then it kind of came automatically. Yeah, and Nick did it to me, and it was he was like holding my arm up in the air, and I felt it. Actually, that was like his strongest one, was when my arm was like up in the air. So I don't actually think you need leverage against the ground to do it. It's kind of your two hands. One is holding his hand in position, and then the other hand is applying the pressure. And because it's straight and twisted, he can't really do anything about it. And then Tim actually said that it has to be straight, obviously, for it to work. Because if it's bent, then there's no pressure at the elbow. But so the one point about it is that most people try to get out of a Kimura by straightening their arm, because most Kimuras are shoulder Kimuras. So if you are able to bend your arm or straighten your arm, so on a normal Kimura, normal short shoulder Kimura, you want the arm bent, so that gives you more leverage in order to pull the arm behind the shoulder. So if they strain the arm, it's harder for them to pull the arm in that direction. So they try to strain their arm, and that's how they that's how they relieve the pressure. So when you do the elbow Kimura, if they think you're doing a shoulder Kimura, they'll try to strain their arm, and that will actually make it worse for them. So Tim's actually said when you do this, do it very slowly, because they could break their arm if they don't know what they're doing, they can actually make it a lot worse for themselves. So you should do that. You should do it very slowly and be cognizant of the forces. So in the rolls, I was rolling Eric. I think he was just working on some stuff. I was working on some stuff. So that was actually probably the best roll, because it was kind of light, and I was just trying to retain guard, and he was trying to pass guard. So he never pushed through to finish anything. But we just did a soft reset every so often, where he would stop putting pressure, and I would reset my guard, and then we just go from there. That was pretty good. I noticed I missed a couple of times where I could have gone into Keymaster, but I just need to be cognizant of the right leg while I'm in half guard. So right now I'm focusing on my left arm across the neckline and the knee shield. Well, the knee shield is also collapsing on me, so I need to focus on the leg. I'm focusing on my arms. I'm focusing on punching the opposite arm down, and I'm focusing on keeping the neckline control. And I also did some more cognizant of the legs. Other ones, I kept on getting into back control, I think because I'm not really, I'm working on the guard retention, and that's not working out so great. And when they do it, then I turtle and then go back control. So I don't know. But maybe it's also a result of just needing to get better guard retention, or yeah, because they are having trouble finishing moving back and forth.